We're up here at Kurri, and I've got Mick Campton with me tonight. How are you, Mick?
Good, thanks, Pete. Thanks for having me.
No worries, mate. The boys are training behind them. How's things going so far tonight, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. We just rocked up. We don't kick off till 6, so
yeah.
Hopefully a few more boys turn up and see how we go.
Good stuff, mate. You guys are really on a roll.
Oh.
Must be going all right. How's the feeling up here at the moment? Good?
Yeah, not too bad. Just pretty positive around the place at the minute. So
yeah,
we'll just take it a week at a time.
Got the west side this weekend. Always tough going to Harker, but, you know.
Yeah, it's always tough going to Harker, but, you know, as I said earlier, we've got to take every game as what's in front of us and just play for the win. All
right, ready to go through a few tips for the round?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's check this out. Let's go to the first match of the round. Macquarie up against Maitland. Macquarie sitting on top of the ladder. They're in good form. But Maitland, you know, they might be on the bottom of the ladder, but they've showed tremendous ticker this year, haven't they, the Pickers?
Yeah, they have. They've only got a young side, but they're very enthusiastic. It's just sort of seems the last few weeks that they've been sort of taken away in the last 20 minutes of the game, which is, you know, they're showing a bit of spirit.
Yeah, Macquarie, of course, they fight back late last week to knock off Lakes, and Adam Bettridge said, you know, he's got him where he wants to be, so that's a good thing for Macquarie.
Yeah, obviously they're on the top of the ladder, so they're going to be the 100 now. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, they're going pretty good. They've got a good side.
Okay, our second match is Cessnock versus Souths. This one's a tight one as well. They're all tight pretty much, aren't they, this year?
Yeah, they are. Like if you don't turn up to play each week, it's, you know, you get your pants pulled down. So you got to turn up to play.
Who do you like in that one?
Oh, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Cessnock's at home, I think. It's Piney's 200 first grade game, so
yeah,
they'll be pretty pumped for that, but I think CS might get them.
Just on that, what about Justin Peterkin last week? Played his 300th game for you guys. Scored a try as well.
Yeah, and kicked the goal, I believe. But, yeah, no, 300 games, it's a massive achievement, and especially, you know, for one club. So,
yeah,
just off, you know, it's 16, 17 years in grade. It's a long time.
Is it what? Lakes, mate, they're at home to Central. How do you see this one going?
I think Lakes might get Central. They were pretty good against us last week, Central. But, yeah, I think Lakes will get them at home.
Live at 2:45, you guys tackle Western Suburbs. What have you spoken about this week, mate? How do you knock off Wests?
Oh, that's definitely an 80-minute game. The last few times we've played West, we've been pipped at the post. The last probably three games, so maybe more. But yeah, it's definitely an 80-minute game, and if we don't turn up to play for 80 minutes, we will get our pants pulled down.
A lot of the players, they hate going there. They said it, you know, off the field, of course, it's a wet dressing shed. You've got the cricket pitch in the middle. Do you like travelling to Harker Oval yourself?
Oh, no, it doesn't really worry me. You play every team at their own ground. They've all got to come to our home ground, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Load of rubbish.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Footy's footy.
Really. Yeah.
Mate, up here, you know, as I mentioned before, you know, you're travelling along nicely, but I guess you don't want to put the cart before the horse.
No, definitely. That's like I was saying earlier. We'll put one gap, just take every game as it is, and then just see where we finish up, and then we'll chat about it.
Yeah, but you've got a good playing bunch this year, haven't you? You know, the good guys, you know, they're switched on. They want to come to training and they want to play footy.
And off the field, so it's a big part of the playing footy.
Yeah,
Spend a lot of time with them.
Yeah, exactly. Station Hotel, goes all right.
Yeah, go to the station or hang around here in the old boys shed.
Yeah. A lot of clubs are envious of that old boys shed.
Yeah, they are.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
you can watch Bar TV in there too on game day here too.
Yeah, we've sorted all that out.
All right, mate. Well, you've got a big night ahead of you. You're going to grab the mic and go see who we can grab, hey?
Yeah, go and see some of the boys, see what we can get out of a few of them.
Good stuff. All right, well, we'll look forward to that, and we'll catch up next week on the Newcastle Rugby League preview show. Well, afternoon, everybody, and welcome along to Newcastle Rugby League. It is round and Tom Tate.
Afternoon, Pete.
Mate, your program, take us through the sides.
Okay, for Kurri Bulldogs at the back, we've got Ethan Niscott. On the Stings, we've got Josh Fitz and Joel Harrison. The centres, we've got Cameron Moran and returning from New South Wales Cup, Ryan Walker. In the halves, Mitch Cullen partners with Hayden Granger. At the front wearing 18, Mick Campton. And 10 is Brock Gilmore. Hooker is Corey Holman. Back row are Jaden Young and 11. And on the bench is Nathan Campbell, Ben Edwards, and Daniel French.
So it looks like here Kurri have kicked out on the full here this afternoon, Tom. So it's going to be a perfect opportunity for Western Suburbs. Right on the halfway line. So while they shoot for touch, Tom, take us through the other side. Just in case everyone's wondering what's going on with my voice, I'm full up with the flu, 1 foot in the grave. So Tom, take us away.
Yeah, we'll do. The Western Suburbs up this way. At the back, we've got Callan Richardson's. On the stings, Ryan Lamb and Willis Alatini. The centre and Simon Williams. In the halves are Sam Keenan and Jade Porter. Front row is Mark Tafua, Chris Knight and Jake Finn. At the back row, we have Peter Mannion, Matt Herman, Warren Shillings. And on the bench, Ryan Petro, Mark Farrer, Joel Brown and Jermaine Ale.
So the Western Suburbs here trying to get the ball back here, Tom, but Porter can't go and get it.
This could be a West feed by the looks of the way referee John Taylor is signalling. Yeah, we've got a West feed.
Who do you like here today?
Oh. You're asking the tough ones for a referee, mate.
No, you don't have to answer that.
Well,
we don't want you to get dropped.
No, I will say that Kurri are having some good form, but most of this form has been from Kurri Sports Ground. So I think they might struggle a little bit being an away game. So that's all I'll say.
Fair enough. Kurri, of course, going for their 6th straight win here today. So Chris Knight, that's him there with the football. Finds Porter. Cuts out Finn to Richardson. Out the back to Ty. Throws it out the back and it's gone into touch, into goal. So we'll have a goal line drop out here, Tom.
Yeah, I think he might have ruled this was a one-on-one strip from either Cameron Moran or Josh Griffith. To think of having a goal line drop out from this case. So West are going to get the ball back again. Good attacking opportunity here at the start of the game.
Hey, what's it like to referee against both of these sides?
I've refereed Kurri West one time, and it was here at Harker Oval. West's a real clean, polished team. They do everything to perfection, and Kurri are just straight up the middle. It's a big forwards game when you referee Kurri, so they're different in their respective ways, but it's really enjoyable.
So they're roughly about 30 metres out from the line.
It's Tafua with the ball.
Out it comes now to Porter, and there's another knock on. So this time we'll have a scrum right in the middle of the field, 30 metres out from the Bulldogs goal line.
Yes, unfortunate error there. West had some good attacking opportunity, but couldn't capitalise.
So Cade Hardy, he's not playing today, is he, Tom?
No. Ryan Walker comes in for the edge of Cade Hardy. Cade Hardy has a rib cartilage damage to, I'm sure he's down on the beers somewhere in the crowd.
Did a great job in the box a few weeks ago when we had Souths playing, and that was up against Western Suburbs. I think he sent me a text throughout the week saying that he'd like to be back in the box before the end of the season. So Tom, what we're going to do today, because I'm halfway to Sandgate, you'll call Kurri and I'll try and call West.
Oh, for now. Yeah, we've got a penalty. This might even the odds a bit. Kurri are getting some field position now. They'll kick the touch on the far side. Bit of a hand on the ball there, so Mitch Cullen will kick for touch. Mitch Cullen and Mark Tafua are captaining their respective clubs today. And Walker for the tap. Gives it to Hammond. Hammond takes it up. He's got a good break here. He could get all the way, but good tackle and is playing the ball one out from the line. Holman at dummy half. Gives it out to Cullen. Cullen to Granger. Granger steps off his right foot, but a very bad step and falls straight to the ground. Holman again. Goes to the short side. We've got Wyborn. Oh, he actually did pass that. Who's that? I don't even know who that is. Anyway, he'll play the ball to Holman again. Cuts it out. Turns it back under to Mitch Cullen, who goes straight through a hole. That hole just opened up for Mitch Cullen. It's going to be a try. It is. Kurri are first on the... Kurri started off the game by kicking it out on the full.
So they've come back quite well, haven't they? And that's inside the Western Suburbs line, and they've been able to come up with a try.
Yeah.
So a good start for Kurri. They're after 6, and shortly they're going to be up by 6 because the kick's from right in front of the post.
Looks like with Kate Hardy out, we've got Cameron Moran taking the conversion. Cameron Moran has kicked 4 from probably 4. He's not a bad kicker, Cameron, as a good backup.
Mate, the good thing with Kurri is that they send a lot of people down from Kurri too, don't they? If you look around the ground, there's a good mix of Bulldogs fans in with the local faithful, which is always good to see. And there's Campton in the middle of the screen now, featured in our Newcastle Rugby League preview show throughout the week, just throwing the water bottle back off to the field.
Yeah, just been practicing the discus, old Mick Campton.
He slimmed down a bit from last year too, as we have a look at the replay right now. And the defensive line, will they just open them up thanks to Granger and Cullen?
Yeah, they just didn't shut the gate. I think a couple of lazy inside defenders thought the ball was being spread wide. It is. But yeah, they turned it back inside and just ran straight through the hole.
So Western Suburbs 4th on the competition ladder, Kurri 5th. So this will give us a taste of finals football in September.
Kurri got the ball, Pete, so just a bit of a rest. Recharge your batteries so when West get the ball.
Brought 30 packets with me, Tommy. You're going well. You've passed the audition.
Cheers,
You've got
mate.
73 to go.
Oh, 73 to go. That's always good news. I think this is Ben Wyborn taking it up to the 20-metre line, just getting the ball in the middle of the field just so we can have some attacking options as we got Campton going on the short side. He's made a nice quick play the ball to Holman. Holman's got a bit of room to run. Straight through Holman. Oh, he's lost his footing. That's very unfortunate there. If he got some speed for a hooker. Actually, on that note, both hookers have got some quite good speed behind them. As Alatini gets the ball to bring it back and is met by a hard tackle from Cullen Holman.
So now Richardson does so. Links up now with Williams. Williams is going to be easy meat there for the defenders over the top. So 32 metres out from their own goal line. Outside these own 40-metre line. 9 in a dummy half a weights. He'll now find the left-hand side and taking it forward now, I think you'll find. Is that the 17 out there for the ball?
No, I think it might be Warren Shillings.
It's Warren Shillings in 13. That's the lock forward. Gets up and plays it back here, Tom. This is Finn. Goes himself now. And is that Porter?
Yeah, Porter. Nice little show and go from Porter.
40 metres out. Factor now to...
this could be a penalty here. This is definitely going to be a penalty for a shoulder charge.
Niscott will just hear the whistle in a minute.
By that, I mean it's not going to be a penalty.
So why wasn't that a penalty? Wasn't a shoulder charge.
Well...
Can you go into the rule book and tell us maybe why it wasn't
of the
awarded?
opinion, we are up in the sky-high commentary box here, and from up here I thought it might have been a shoulder charge, but I'm sure down there it might have been something different. It's not like the officials are unaware of the shoulder charge rule. They just may have saw it a little bit different to us. But on first thought, I thought that was going to be a penalty. And by now we might having a meeting. I think Mark Tafua may have given... Oh no, play's still down. But on that note, we have a Kurri penalty.
Yeah, Matt Herman was down on his legs there. So Granger's just going to shoot this into touch, and he's going to find it, Tom.
Yeah, mate.
About 20 metres out from his own goal line. Back to you.
All right, we've got the tap from Moran. Gives it to... Oh, I've picked up the wrong piece of paper.
It's easily done.
I'm calling Lakes teams in a second. Very close to the sideline there. Holman gives it away to Campen for his... Campen's had a couple of good hit-ups today, but that one he only managed to 3 or 4 yards. Here's Granger. Got the pass, but he shapes and turns to run. Just to keep the defence in two minds there. Quick play of the ball. Cuts Gilmore out. Wyborn cuts out and gives it to the centre. Here's Ryan Walker, returning from New South Wales Cup. I'm sure he'd be very happy to be back in Bulldogs colours. Oh, even though the Knights colours are the same as the Bulldogs, but... Oh, not a nice break here. An offload. Walker's managed to hold onto that ball, but a great covering tackle. I think it might have been Jake Finn. Here's Cullen. Puts the ball high. We've got Moran and Ty to contest with the ball. I think it might have been spilled forward by Josh Griffiths there. So we'll have a play the ball to West on the scrum line. Not a bad place kick there from Cullen. Managed to get Cameron Moran and Josh Griffiths under the ball. Unfortunately, they just did spill the ball.
So this is big Mark Tafua, giving it back to Knight. On it comes now to Finn. Runs straight into Brock Gilmore. Knight in his orange boots awaits for Finn in the identical pair of boots to play it back to Shillings. There's a bargain if you've ever seen it there. 2 for the price of 1 at Rebel.
Yeah, Finn's come up a bit dusty there.
There he is on screen now, Finn. That's Knight. Dummying his way down inside the Kurri 40-metre line. Back to Ty. They're going to kick off the boot of Keenan. Niscot's at the back here. 6 points to nil after 8 minutes in favour of Kurri. And taking the shot there was Peter Mannion from the home side on Niscot.
Yeah, Niscot's still eligible for under-19s too. Niscot, he's one of the young players being blooded this year for first grade and has managed to hold his spot, so must be doing something right for Phil Williams. What we got here? We've got Kurri with the ball. It might be Josh Griffiths. Holman gives it to Hammond. Hammond is met at the 35-metre line. Got Niscot roaming around there, expecting an offload, so Gilmore makes a good 10-metre run on the last tackle. Ullman looks for Cullen. Cullen's going to just dribble that one down. It's touched by... Oh, nice little offload there. Unfortunately, it didn't meet the target. And we've got the West play the ball on tackle 1, 20 metres out.
Luckily, Richardson was there to save the day for the Rosellas, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So they come up the commentary edge. So no Kate Hardy today.
Commentary edge.
You like that?
Yeah.
In other words, the blind side, the short side. That's Shillings. Cullen's in there, the 5'8". Scored the first try of the day. They went to go right to Tafua, but they elect to come up the middle here. Just short of the cricket pitch on the edge. Back to Porter. Puts in the kick downfield.
And
in Harrison.
That one.
This
is a good strong tackle here from Tafua.
And Mannion along with
Williams as well, yeah.
3 in there.
Yep. Okay, we've got Walker. He'll be a big guy for an outside back. And they managed to get him down quite easy. Everything that I seem to be saying today is just the reverse is happening. I'm doing a Morgan camp. Yeah.
Morgan's actually moving house today. He's gone around the block.
Around the block.
I don't know if he's actually hired a truck or he's just carried off.
Okay, so we've got a kick from Granger, 40. Manages to find the deck a couple of times before Richardson gets his hands on the ball to return. And then in a strong tackle.
So they're coming outside their red zone. The Kurri defence. They're up quickly. That allows space for Ty.
The worst person in the world you can give space to, Brad Ty. Speed to burn.
From the Gold Coast Titans in the off-season. Had a number of games out earlier in the year, but back to his blockbuster best. That's the halfway line. Knight moves in quickly in a dummy half. Finds Tafua. Keenan. Mannion. It was intended to him.
Yeah, but we have a touch free, so unfortunately, Pete, you've got to do another 6 tackles before you can get a breather.
Mannion out the back, Tom. Finds Porter, the coach of the Cardiff Cougars under 6s. Granger's in there. He's not got his mate here today. Straight through the middle. Knight in support.
Looking for an offload there.
Quick play the ball. Knight giving it away. Shillings. Porter. Away to Ty. He's got the line in front of him. He'll reach out and score the first try for West.
Very nice try there. Very nice one-handed palm. Straight over. Bit of slack defence there. No offence, but I think they could have quite easily stopped that. The first contact was about 8 metres out. And Brad Ty, he's not very big, but he managed to just run straight over everyone.
So that all stemmed from the Knight being busy around the dummy half area. I guess Tommy then to Shillings. Yeah, as we see it on the replay here, exactly what you're describing. And then Ty bounces away from Granger and goes all the way, and Niscott just fell off him. They couldn't stop the...
Even further than that, I think the run from Jake Finn that sort of managed the half break when we was looking for an offload. I think that set the platform there for that play. Kurri were all on the back foot, and yeah, that just allowed a little bit of momentum for West Newcastle just to get a bit of forward roll on and just manage to get the ball over the line.
So Sam Keenan with the kicking duties this afternoon for Western Suburbs. 20 metres in, 18 metres out. Kicking towards the northern end. Looks good off the boot. It's a ripper. So we're locked up at 6-all after 16 minutes of the match here, Tom.
Yes.
Take the score now to Western Suburbs 6, Kurri 6.
So back to the halfway line they come. Sunday afternoon football here on Newcastle Rugby League's live stream provider, Bar TV Sports. Mark Tafua rolls it back. That's the 20-metre line. Knight again. Been everywhere, finding things.
Should be play on.
Should be play on. It is play on. And rolling it forward the 40-metre line here. That fin in 10. It is. Back to Knight. Away to Mannion. Mannion to the halfway line. So 6 points all here on Sunday afternoon football. Fin offloads to Tafua. Tafua hits the line at pace.
That's a very common way to tackle. It's very hard to get him on his back, I've noticed.
So Shillings.
90% of his tackle, people try to tackle him, they're always upright.
Good luck if you've got him on the ground. Give you a
chip
medal
and
any
chase
day
from
of the
Knight
week.
here.
Yeah, Hiscott's in trouble.
Yeah, he's forcing the line drop out there. Bit of flare out of dummy half there from Chris Knight.
That's the pressure, Tom, that Western Suburbs love to build.
They've got a lot of guys that are able to kick the ball as well. I'm sure they've got their two halves, Keenan and Porter, well-known kickers. They've got Joel Brown coming off the bench, can also kick. Chris Knight, as we can see there, he can also put in a very good place kick as well to force a line drop out.
So the kick's a good one. It's gone 60 metres on the fly before it finds the boot there of...
Mark's not probably the best kicker.
No.
Not that one.
We won't give him again, will we?
Nah.
Failed with that one, surely. Best line drop out we've seen in 2016.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Keenan finding Mannion. That's the 20-metre line. Last time they were down here, they got the goal line drop out, but before that, they were able to come away with a try. Back there now to Shillings.
Oh, I keep getting drawn to these orange boots, Pete.
Right.
They're just a distraction.
Oh, get yourself a pair of yellow and orange either side, hey?
Well, there's two from each team out there.
Too much info, Tom.
Oh.
Knight looking around. Comes eastern side. Keenan giving it away. Williams is wrapped up there by, I think that's Walker out there.
Walker, good read from Walker.
Richardson wants it. Richardson's got it. Richardson kicks it. Richardson will get it back. Richardson will pick it up and Richardson will score.
Did I mention Richardson can also
Put it down, Taylor says.
I think he did.
Try.
Yeah, and a nice kick there from Richardson.
Well,
a bit of pinball,
go.
and then he managed to pick it up.
There you go. Football and rugby league all in the one move there. Brilliant stuff. I can't wait for a replay, Tom.
Yeah, good.
You want a replay?
Yeah,
you excited for a replay?
Yeah, I'm excited to see how many times the ball was actually kicked from both Richardson and Niscott.
You want to? Well, let's have a. You reckon 4?
Yeah, I'm going to say 4.
I'll go 3.5.
3.5. What's the half?
Right at the boot.
Little stud or something.
Off the little pink, little pinky, mate. So why don't we roll this replay about 10 metres out? Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Let's find out if it's 3.5 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.
I think.
I'm walking. Let's have a look at the put down. Let's turn our attention to the put down.
Yeah, right.
Because we've got Buckley's chance of figuring how many kicks he's got. We'll slow it down.
One there.
He's
That's
rolling
short.
over and bang. Easy try.
Yeah, too easy.
Well, he loves the try line, Richardson.
And Keenan for the goal, and he's got it too easy.
2 tries, 2 converted, 12-6 after 20 minutes of the match. Sunday afternoon footy on Bar TV Sports.
Nothing better. As we're coming back for the kickoff, might just go through the scores from previous games today. Reserve grade, we had West get over top of Kurri, 36 points to 12. Open grade, West also got over Kurri, 36 points to 20. However, in the 19s, Kurri were too good, winning 30 points to 12.
So the Hills packed. We expected that match of the round in the possession of Tafua. More than 140-odd National Rugby League games under his belt. That is Shillings. Straight into Campton. In jersey 18. What is he in? 15? That wasn't. Who's in 15 today, Tom?
15 for Kurri. That is, it's Campbell. Nathan Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got a Campo in 18
very
and a
similar,
Campo
doesn't
in 15.
it? Campton and Campbell.
Yeah.
Very langy sort of fellas. That's Tafua.
And they play the same sort of footy as well. Just run hard, and that's about it.
Made out of the same
Good
group.
hard tackles.
Yeah, lovely kick off the boot of Knight. Where's this ball going? Downfield to the Nescott, the fullback. He's been in good form since he's come up into first grade, hasn't he, Nescott?
Yeah, no, I think I refereed a couple of his games, his first games, and while he's nothing flash, I've never really seen him make an error.
He's safe, isn't he?
He's
Safe as sound.
and he's very consistent. So I think that's the perfect example of what Phil Williams is looking for in a fullback. Just someone who he can rely on, which is certainly nothing wrong with that. As we have Nathan Campbell bringing it up and met on the 40-metre line. Plays the ball to Holman. Out to Cullen. Kicks from outside the 40. The foot was on the line. And it's taken by Richardson as Richardson runs back. Big wall of Bulldogs. Manages to poke his nose through, but is brought down. Now we've got Alatini bringing it up to the second tackle. Met again by the same big wall of Bulldogs.
So Knight, they'll receive a penalty here, just laying all over the player.
Which is unfortunate. I don't understand why they just hold on like that.
So how long do you give, Tom? Like if you're a referee out there, I mean, when does your frustration blow?
Oh, that's probably the hardest question to answer, that one. It really all depends on the tackle. Whether the right tackle.
Yeah.
So it's probably one of the easiest tackles where you can let go. So you do expect them ones to be released a little bit quicker. Whereas sometimes on the ground, rolling around, it's very hard to get up. Especially when the person holding the ball is just wiggling around like a worm.
A worm that, with the intention to be squashed, that comes out alive at the other end. So if the worm comes out alive, you know to blow the penalty.
That's it, pretty much.
Keenan finding Williams. Williams sees the gap. Williams towards the gap. Gap closes. Walker drops off. Richardson. Keenan. Out wider.
A lot of room to run there.
Yeah, Ryan Petro. So they're rumbling forward. Knight. Keenan. Richardson was his intended target, but Knight's got to go and clean it up. Steps and runs straight into the hooker, along with Campbell.
Pete, we have count of the tackle count.
So it was turning up to take it forward. Petro says, give it to me, and I'll run straight into Gilmore. And Cullen over the top. A lot of colour coming from the ground.
Nice numbers on the commentary side.
That's Finn.
Oh!
He's in.
I think he got it down.
He got it down all right. You can put your house on that one. Gilmore knows he got it down. Look at his face of frustration.
Good attempt to hold Finn up, but oof. I'd say Finn and Mick Campton are probably the two of the guys that you'd hate to have that job against. Hold him up on the line.
Definitely. There's Ty there. He's happy. Just throws it on the ground as we head to the replay powered by Benedict Waste Recycling. There's Finn. Yeah. And he just
hit and spin.
Yeah.
The old hit.
Yeah. Stays with you for the rest of your life. Just a bit more oomph as you get older.
I didn't do it that good when I was like 9 though.
Really? I can't believe that, Tom. Can you do it better now?
Oh, probably, but it's still crap. That's why I'm a referee, mate.
What made you get into being a referee and the pathways to where you are today and the pathways for the future as well? Because we get a lot of emails, you know, saying, how do you become a referee?
Okay,
and what the future. Clock keeps on ticking down and the scoreboard keeps on ticking up in favour of the home side, Western Suburbs. So 18 minutes remaining in the first half. Western Suburbs on a roll. So, yeah, mate, we've got a break in play. Being a referee in 2016, where does it all start?
18.
For me, or
Well,
just
if
for
I want to
anyone?
be a ref,
Oh, you never know. I might persuade you.
you reckon I could?
Oh yeah, 2017
Hey,
Rookie of the Year, Pete Jolly, referee in Newcastle.
gee, we
there's,
wouldn't have a competition.
We run about probably 2 here and 1 on Central Coast.
Yeah.
It's just a face-to-face course. You go there. We just talk about all the rules of the game, and then from there you become a referee in training.
So there's a few tests along the way, rules tests.
Not so much tests. Like I ran the course this year, and we probably had about 30 young kids there, and a couple of older ones. A couple of their parents were there, so they were doing the course as well.
Right.
We just basically go through the rule book.
Yeah.
We don't give them a test or anything. That'll just a bit time consuming. So then they become a referee in training, and then they just start out by doing the 6s, the 7s, just
So
a
you
nice
sort
little
of
mini
just-
footy.
Yeah, so you pick up the rules in practice.
Yeah, coaches. So a couple of the grade referees here will go out and watch these younger refs and give them 3 reports, and then they become a level 1. So there's not actually that much involved if you want to become a referee. It's quite easy.
And once you get up to, where do you train throughout the week? Up at Taro?
Yeah, Taro Recreational Centre,
Do you-
where the home of Beresfield Touch Comp.
Yeah, it's a good facility up there.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
facility. We were up there a few years ago doing a piece with Tom and Kylie Aylett.
Yeah, we got a lot of space there. We got 4 touch fields, and it's all under lights, so it's very convenient for us. And no other association. Like we used to train at Lindsay, but we'd share that with a Beresfield Football Club, so that was a bit of a pain. But yeah, we've got this to ourselves, and basically we can do what we want with it.
So what sort of personal qualities do you think you have to be to become a ref, mate? Do you need to have thick skin, obviously, because you cop a lot, I guess?
That'd be probably the biggest one. Mental toughness and probably just good communication skills. Yeah, that's probably it.
And plenty of air in the lung to blow that whistle.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
I'll come back after this
Yeah, not a
play. We'll
problem.
keep on it because it's an interesting subject, and I just want to know how you run out of a whistle, because we've seen it in many a games.
Yes, I can talk to you a couple of funny situations.
Few
Me and
scenarios.
a few referees have had in the recent years with forgetting things.
So what actually happens? Do you have a second whistle out with you just in case the first one blows up?
I always have one in my bag. I've never actually taken 2 whistles out to the field.
Right.
But yeah, I've had one case where a whistle sort of failed on me, and I didn't have a spare, so I ended up using one of those soccer whistles,
Oh,
the
did ya?
peeless ones.
Yeah.
It's an embarrassing thing I've ever done.
Oh, we'll have to dig that footage up. What year is this, mate? What round?
Oh no, that was years
was
ago. That was
before-
like a gala day for
Was
under
it?
14s or something. Yeah,
So
it
you
was at
started
Morpeth.
relatively young.
Yeah, I started when I was 14.
Oh,
West have got the ball. This is very unusual. What is this for? Pushing.
pushing. Porter's just going over here, Tom, to see exactly. So what do you think he's saying here to Porter, mate?
Porter's probably saying the same thing I was just saying before. What was that for? Because when you get the ball taken off you generally, Porter's just looking at the ball. He doesn't know what's happening around it, so he's probably oblivious to why the penalty's been blown, which is fair enough. Like we were too. We were a bit distracted. So
Mate, is it a myth though? Just getting back to the ref, and, call the play. Just because now there's 2, first grade referees at top level.
Yep.
Are the pathways easier in 2016 as opposed to 2006 because they now consume double the amount of referees at top grade?
I think I'd like to say yes, but I think when they first introduced 2 referees, the pathways became a lot easier. But that was 7 years ago, so I think we're sort of back at square one.
Right.
But I can't. They're not any hard. But it is a long road if you get down to the NRL in the first place. So
That's Cullen. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I think 7 years ago everyone just jumped up a level, and then we're just stalled again.
But now, of course, the spotlight is on you. It's more intense. It's everything that you do and say comes under the media spotlight and, of course, under your referee's boss.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's not just in the National Rugby League, though, is it? I mean, you guys pretty much get ridiculed here in local footy too.
Yeah. We have to explain a lot of things. We have a lot of things being asked to us by coaches in the days after our refereeing. So
what's a typical week as a local ref, mate? Do you obviously get your report, as we see Ty making a bust, linking up now with support, and they're down to the halfway line, and that's Alatini. We'll come back to that. He's trying to brush away from Niscott. Still going, wrapped up finally. on his opposition's 40, plays it back now to Richardson. He now finds the big number 16, and that's Brown.
Big.
He finds Mannion back to Williams. Wow, this is razzle-dazzle here from the Rosellas. As you'd expect, they're the team that can impress. They're the team that are the dazzlers in the rugby league when they can get it together. Porter looking for Ty. Ty's in the middle of the picture, but Nescott.
That's a great take.
Good
great
catch
take
there by the longest hair man in the Newcastle Rugby League.
We were just talking about how he was being safe under the high balls, and I think he's just proven his money worth there. I think that'll guarantee his spot for next week.
That'll guarantee his spot for the season, hey?
Oh,
definitely. Yeah. He has been in outstanding form, and that's what Phil Williams said at the end. You know, you don't have to be a brilliant rugby league player, but just patches will get you a spot. As a penalty here.
Another penalty. What have we got here?
So does Taylor now? He's blown a few penalties in this first half. Does he have to justify his blowing?
As in to the players?
To his boss in at headquarters, or only when it's a little bit...
Well, he will say what the penalty's for on the field.
Right.
And the coach up in the stand will be listening to every word he says. So the coach will just jot down what that's for. So it'll be noted, and there shouldn't be any confusion there.
Can the coach the referee on the field? Do they have two-way communication there?
No. Back in the day we used to,
yes.
But it got really annoying. And then when we upgraded our gear, we just outlawed that. So coaches only listen now.
Right, but you can still hear the touchies.
Yeah, just the touchies.
Granger.
Yeah, so we've got Kurri with the ball now. We've got Jaden Young. Nice little offload there to Ben Wyborn. Cut out pass, out ball to Cameron Moran, who is met 8 metres from the sideline. Griffiths gives it to Granger. Granger to Campbell. Campbell. I'll get it out one day. The 15. We say that.
Lucky
These names.
Lucky we're on television, Tom.
Yeah, lucky we're live.
Lucky we're on
Inside
radio.
Ball and
that could mean anything.
Inside ball to Nescott. Unfortunately, the fence read that, managed to get him down. Holman goes to the blind side. Nice little grubber kick. Well taken. I don't know who it was, but it was done very well. I think it might have been Joel Brown.
Looks like Cullen's limping a little bit there.
That's probably just his running style.
There he is there, left-hand side of the screen.
Yeah, I think he's just blowing a bit. I think he's just sucking him in on the run, I think.
So Porter spinning it out wider. Here they come again. They've been effective.
Alatini's got some room. Sorry, Pete.
Spinning, weaving, dashing, darting, over halfway.
Nice little offload there.
Tie, cut down, off the 20.
We've pulled it up for the forward pass.
Oh, you just let that play on. That looked good.
We'd want it to play on. It was a nice little play, but...
I suppose you'd be asking the question if you did let that go.
Yeah.
That'll come back and bite a ref.
Indicated there, I think the support runner for some reason was in front of the ball the whole time. I don't know what was going on there. I think he's just getting a bit ahead of himself as we got Josh Griffiths on the ground getting some attention. Showing his Darth Vader impression with his jersey.
Has he stopped the clock?
Oh, he should have. Yeah, I think it'll be stopped. Yep, now it is.
We'll run the show up here if...
Yeah, time off.
That's okay. Time off. Just yell out the window and tell him we've signalled time off, Tom.
All right.
Here's the replay here. Let's see if he got it right. We're all crowded around the screen. That pass is fine.
It's this one. That one. Yeah. The pass to Brad Ty.
All right. Forward.
Yeah.
Good call.
I'm all right with that.
We'll give him a big tick for that one.
I'll give him for now.
He'll be back in first grade next week.
Yeah,
He's passed the test.
Yeah. Well, the referee, John Taylor, was doing some under-19s and open grade line yesterday, and I was trying to tee everyone up saying he got dropped. A couple of people actually believed me too.
Did they?
Yeah, we've got Kurri coming out of the scrum once again.
Through Walker.
That's Walker, is it?
Can't miss Cullen, can you?
No.
The ginger, like Ronald McDonald out there.
Oh, you were going to say Ginger.
Ginger.
No, I'm sure he's copped it enough not to care anymore.
I think so.
Okay, so we've got Nescott's gone to dummy half, give it to Wyborn. Wyborn's just going to take it up, settling the ship a little bit, just to let Kurri sort of find their structure a little bit as he plays it to Holman. We've got another settler in the 18. Mick Campton wearing 18, but he did start today. I think he's had his breather. Going down the short side, nice cutout pass from Warren Walker. And we've got a chip kick. The ball has been chip kicked back in. It's play on. Richardson has cleaned up the ball once again. I think Richardson's just as safe as Niscott, Pete.
Mate, they're going to spin it here. They're chancing their luck from well inside their own 20-metre line. Of course, Western Suburbs Rosellas, the most successful local team in our competition, if you're tuning in from outside the area. Been to more grand finals than any of their opposition. That is Shillings, and one more as well. Just short of the halfway line here.
Something in that tackle Warren Shillings didn't like.
It's going to be a little bit of aggro here.
I think this is going to be play on. There's
we
no
might
reason to
just
stop
stick
here.
with here. He's lifted. No, we won't say that until the pitches come back exclusive. What I was thinking there.
Well, we're going to have a scrum for Kurri.
Replay that in. Can Clay, our producer.
We're running the show up here. Yeah, I think there was just something in that tackle that Warren Shillings didn't like.
Yeah. And we're about to get to the bottom of it.
And I'm sure. I think the tackler was Jaden Young, and I think.
Let's see, Tom.
So he's just working the arm a bit.
Retaliated, but then it goes on. Now let's stick with this and see how it unfolds.
A couple of jersey punches.
Not much in that.
Oh, that's flimsy.
So that's just...
Don't need to pull that up.
So back we go, and Kurri have got, what have they got? 6 minutes on the clock to get their second try of the afternoon.
I think that'll do them a world of good. Try even to get within 6 at half time, or just lift their spirits a little bit and change their attitude. So we'll see what happens as we've got Granger turning it on the inside to Mick Campton. Hit and spin. Nice little jumping offload. Very good hands by Wyborn with the catch. I can't say the same thing about the pass, though, as it goes out. And touchdown, Greg Ryan puts his flag up.
So Greg Ryan's out there with the hat on. You'll see him running the...
He is noted in our association for the only referee to carry a personal towel in his shorts.
What's the towel for?
Probably for wiping his sweat off his face. But we used to wear green and black, our shirts, and he had a green towel. And
is the hat just sun cancer?
Oh, I think it just...
He's protecting his head?
Maybe to cover the Devon on his head, I don't know. We've got Knight from dummy half. Gives it a run.
That's a better run.
That's a good run. Trying to crack the Kurri defence open.
So Richardson's lurking. Go to Shillings. Referee says play on.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I didn't think that was forward.
So Porter is on the left-hand side of Richardson and
We've
Knight.
got a penalty here. Another holding down penalty. Referee's obviously concluded there wasn't enough effort there.
So he's cracking down on it, isn't he? So they've got a decision here to take the tap. I'd say they would. They're down by... Well, they're up
12,
by 10.
12.
Yes.
I think it's 18-6 according to the scoreboard out there.
So Petro here, Tom, back to Knight, to Porter. Ty. Didn't go to Ty. Goes to Herman.
That was a great little double pump from Jade Porter. I really like that.
You like it so much that you want to see it again?
I do want to see this again.
How much do you want to see it for again, mate?
I've got a fiver.
I've
got a fiver. I'll put it on the table.
You're too cheap. We won't have the replay.
Damn it.
We don't do anything here for 50. Here we go. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we'll double it over at the clock.
He's
beautiful gap.
Faked the pass to Bradley Ty, and all eyes went on Bradley Ty, and then just opened up to whoever the 12 is. Who's that? Is that Herman? Matt Herman.
Well,
so eyes went on Bradley Ty and just opened up the big gap for Matt Herman.
And there he is now, Porter, Matt Herman. But how many times do you see it in first grade with Western Suburbs? They just keep pushing away into the ground. And today is no exception. And good on them. They're up by 22-6. It's been a team effort today, Western Suburbs. Everything's clicked. And this team on screen right now, they're not out of it, but they certainly can't allow the total to keep ticking past where it's at now at 22-6.
Well, Kurri have beaten the top of the table leaders 3 weeks in a row a few rounds ago, and every win they did there, they did come from behind. However, it wasn't of this magnitude. They came from maybe 6 or 10 down, but as you can see here, they're going to need to come from an 18 point deficit.
So Porter That's his equation. The equation. A little bit off. Squirts the water, sucks it in, comes back to the equation. Does that come into the equation at all in the refereeing books, the equation word, Tom?
Equation.
Do you hear that a bit, mate?
I don't like that word.
You don't like it?
I just think of maths at high school again. I didn't like it.
What's 2 plus 2?
I don't know, that's 7.
2. Yeah, that's it. Tick. You're welcome this week. So there's the kick-off. Sunday afternoon football. Where's that ball gone?
It's not on the screen. Is it out on the full? Oh, no. We have just had a bit of deja vu here at Harker Oval. Kurri have kicked the ball dead on the full. But the only good news rising out of this is the last time they did that, they ended up scoring.
Well, what's the scoreboard here? 2 minutes, Tom. So they'll go for the try.
Yeah, they will.
And
it'll be quite hard when Kurri don't have the ball if they want to go for the try, though. So we've got Joel Brown giving it to that guy.
That's the 30-metre line. Knight again. Now to Peter Mannion. 22 metres away from the goal line. Campton dropping off. Back to Petro, now to Shillings. And the lock forward. Held in the tackle there from Edwards. So back it comes now to Knight. Launching a raid through the dummy half and losing it, Knight.
We could have play on here. It looked like a one-on-one strip there.
It was, referee Taylor said. There's the kick, the end goal area. Tyres coming through, but they take it dead.
Yeah, so we've got a goal line drop out. So it was play on.
Yeah.
I don't think West realised that, so they put a kick in. But are managing to get the ball. However, they will only have about 30 seconds worth of ball time in the second half. So they need to be quick. I wonder, Pete, if the field goal is going to come into play.
The field goal.
Would a 23-6 be different, much different to a 22-6 lead? Not quite sure.
Looks better on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it does. It does. West Tigers got 23 last night and they won.
So 30 seconds remaining. Let's see what their fifth option will bring. Long way away from that at this time of the match. Another 4 hit-ups after this. Richardson goes the right. Mannion, he wanted to give it to Mannion. He goes himself, flicks out the back. Mannion's finally got it. And now Waiter Brown runs straight into 3 Bulldogs, along with Cullen.
Last play of the day. Well, not the day, but the half.
So they're not going to go for a... Well, I'm not going to go for a try, but they went for a field goal off the left boot of Porter, but it went straight into a Bulldog, and that is half-time.
Yeah, it was a
half-time. How do you see the first 40 minutes, mate?
Well, I thought it was going to be a bit closer, to be honest. I thought Kurri were... when they were down 18-6, we were talking about how they were going to score next to get some momentum into the half-time sheds. I thought they were going to score then, but turns out West managed to get some nice roll-ons going and get themselves a try. So, yeah, hopefully Kurri can come back, but I can't see it happen too much. I think West are going to get them in the second half, but hey, you never know.
All right, Tom, well, great to have your company in the commentary box here today. But throughout the week, we travelled up to the graveyard and we had a chat with the under-16s and the man that you're about to see any second now, Mick Campton.
Right, that's a wrap from Kurri Sports Ground. So everyone, we're back at the Kurri Sports Ground. We'll go and see what a few of the boys have got to say just before we train. Ben Warborn, how you going, Ben?
Yeah, I'm going good, thanks, Michael. How you going?
Good, thanks.
That's good.
I've been asking everyone else how they think that we've been going so far this year. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we've clicked these last few weeks, starting to pull a few wins together, and yeah, I think everyone's just starting to play well together, and yeah, halves are combining well, and same as the fronties, and yeah, it's just working well for us coming into the back end of the season.
It's a bit of a change, or not a bit of a change, but it's a bit different feeling now that we're actually sort of gelled together and playing a bit better football. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's a lot happier around here, I know that.
Definitely.
A bit more enjoyable coming to training.
Yes, true. So there's been an accusation or a thing that they reckon that you look like Ricky Martin. What are your thoughts on that?
That's old news. That's 3 years old. That's been going around for. But I don't know. If you got to look like somebody, he's not a bad bloke to look like, I guess.
Oh, totally agree. Old news is good news, man.
Fair enough.
That was last week's 300 grade games for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was all right, mate. Reserve grade, but yeah, enjoyed playing with the young kids. Young Wibes got me over the line in the end there. I'd run 50 metres to put the ball down over the line, basically. It was, I told people I'd run 50 metres, but actually I only had to, so it was good.
Try bump on your 3-action.
I was just getting ready for what I did that night, mate, and it was have a few beers. So I had that plan in the back of my head, and it worked out all right. So
Very good. So what's your plans for life after football?
Drinking a lot of beers in the old boys' shed, mate. It's yeah, time to sit back and enjoy that part of the footballing career and telling blokes how it should be done when that was the way you used to do it back in the old days.
Yeah, true. Plenty of back slapping. No thoughts on coaching or anything like that?
Why would I do that to myself, mate?
I don't know. There's talk of ladies' league tag. I think there'd be 60 or 70 blokes putting their hands up for that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a hotly contested position. That I'd put my hand up for it, but I would say my wife probably won't let me do it. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Me and you both. He's ready to go, leading. Hey everyone, this is one of our new signings, Joel Harrison. Joel, how are you liking your time at Kurri?
Yeah, thanks, Mick. Yeah, it was a slow start for me, obviously. I've only been back for about 4 weeks, but I've really enjoyed it so far, mate. Yeah, it's been good.
All right, so what's your highlight so far?
Probably knocking off Lakes and Macquarie and then Lakes again at home was probably be the highlight so far, mate. It was good.
Yeah, you're right. Knocking off that, how good is it actually playing here, but playing in front of the old boys?
Yeah, obviously, mate, coming from Group 21, it's a different atmosphere altogether. Kurri old boys really get stuck into it. It's pretty good to see. Fairly wild bunch.
Yeah, they are a wild bunch, aren't they? Right, here we got Brock. How you going, Brock?
Good, thank you, Michael. How's all the viewers at home? Natural.
I think they're going well. So, how do you think we're going this year?
Year as a whole's coming together. Game by game, we're getting a lot better. 5 on the trot certainly helps that, but it's a pretty slow start of the year, but we're starting to pick up now, which is good. And hopefully we can not look back and start climbing the table a bit.
Righto. Yeah, we aren't going too bad. Coach has got in store for us tonight.
I don't know. We're currently doing a bit of goal kicking practice, but it's only because Kate Hardy's not hitting them too well this year, so we're all having a bit of a kick-off. But I'm not too sure what's going on tonight. Hopefully it'll be an intense session. There's a couple of young blokes here, so I think we're doing a bit of a pose against the 16, so hopefully it'll be all right.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think we've got the 16 here tonight. They just come down to have a look around just to see how things are done down here when they make the step in a couple of years. Show us how to kick a goal.
Hey.
How you going, this? Corey, don't give you the thing back. Right, let's do this. Talk us through it. Don't fall in the pothole.
Just makes the markers go and just gives him plenty of room. And I've talked to a few players, and they seem to think Chris Knight is one of the hardest players to tap, just because he's so small and just so agile on his feet.
You love that word. I'm going to... What does it take you back to? Year 6, maybe? Year 3?
Year 10, actually. Year 10 with Mr. Davies at Maitland High School.
Mr. Davies?
Mr. Davies, his name was. And he was a very, very unique teacher. We'd be just working one pencils down. I've got a story to tell you. And he'll tell us something from 1904 or something. And he'd love his sayings as well. As one of them I remember was, it's hard to soar with eagles when you're working with turkeys.
Referring to you as a turkey?
Referring to the whole class.
Whole class? Oh,
I don't know what, I still don't know what it means.
About the funny things that can happen in the game point of view. I've seen a lot. You've seen more. What's the funniest thing that you've seen in the Newcastle Rugby League? What
I've seen? We train on Tuesday nights, and we always have some funny stories sharing around the group. And one of them one of our female referees was running a touch line. I think it was, so the game would say...
In Morisset.
At Morisset, female touch judge pantless. She did have skins. She did have skins on, so it wasn't all that bad. But it was quite embarrassing for her, and she probably didn't want me to say that live, but I just did. So, not
places.
Yeah.
Of course,
Probably.
that closed down as well, but great story,
yeah,
Tom.
it's a good one that made everyone laugh at training, and we had a good 50 odd there show up. So. Yeah. Oh, well, she seemed to have a good laugh when, so she saw...
Wasn't it a little bit nippy?
No.
Must have been a... I mean, a lot of referees, they go out there with their skins on, and sometimes they forget about the shorts over the top too, don't they?
Yeah, true. That's true.
Does that happen here?
For me, I don't wear skins, but I'm sure it has happened to a couple of people.
So Richardson thought for a moment.
It's always a good thing.
Alatini.
Unfortunately, one time I was reffing an under-9s game and I accidentally kneed a kid in the back of the head. Poor fella.
How is he today?
He's okay. He's still playing. He's probably playing about under-16s now.
So Knight. So this is Western Suburbs taking it forward.
That's my team. Okay, I got West. Sorry, Pete.
All right, do whatever you want, mate.
We got Knight at dummy half. Dummies to Joel Brown, gives it to Shillings. Shillings breaks out of the first footing, and then he's tackled finally. Getting up a bit dusty here. We've got a slow play of the ball. We might have time off. We do have time off. Hey, Pete, have we got any score updates from, was it Lakes or is it Central playing at? It's Lakes versus Central.
In other words, you want to go around the grounds?
Yeah, that one.
That one?
That one. That old chestnut.
The old chestnut. Always a good chestnut to pull out. Yeah, I do have a few halftime scores from around the grounds. Shall I hit you up?
Yeah, hit me up.
Well, Western Suburbs were leading 22-6 at halftime in this game.
They were doing that game. I think I know that game. I think I was watching that very carefully.
Oh, you mean the other game?
Yeah, the other game, Pete.
The Lakes game.
The one that's not here. The one that we're not looking at.
Oh, right. It's Lakes and Central, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
You really want to know that score?
I really, really, really want to know that score.
Would you believe me if I told you Lakes were leading 18-0 at halftime?
I would believe you, actually.
Lock it in?
Yeah, lock it in.
It's locked in.
It's locked in. I got a $5 on it.
We'll take a break. 18-0 at halftime, Tommy.
18-0.
That looks like they'll roll on from there.
Do you hear that game has a student versus teacher in it?
Yeah.
Rowan Kelly.
Rowan and his
apprentice.
offside.
I didn't get a full read out of it, but I thought it was quite an interesting thing that had probably never happened before.
And a few things that haven't happened before have happened this year. So, you know, things happen in threes. So, yeah, a little bit of concern here for Shillings.
I'm just wondering if...
Oh, there goes the mucus.
Rowan Kelly happens to put a high shot on the young fella, which causes him to have a concussion and miss Monday at school. He gives a note to his teacher saying, I couldn't attend school today. You gave me concussion.
Interesting.
Yeah, it would be a...
You'd try it even if you weren't concussed, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Mr. Kelly gave me concussion.
Gee. That's role play.
Not the player.
It's been a great man for the Newcastle Rugby League, Rowan.
He has.
Not just on the field, but he's also on the what do you call it? The board, not the board, but the players.
Just for him. Yeah. Just the things he does for Newcastle Rugby League, away from Central.
And along with Adam Bettrich.
Yes, he's another one.
The good thing about those two guys is that they're not just interested in their own sides. You know, they remain impartial. They like to do, you know, and say things that is in the good spirits of the game overall, which is always great to see.
Yeah, it is. And Adam Bettrich, I walked past when I was and he said hello. So.
Oh, Adam's here today?
Adam's here today, somewhere in the crowd with his, I think it was his son with him.
Yeah.
Just come down to watch some good footy.
That's good. Adam was also at Souths the other day when South played West, so he loves getting around Adam, which is great to see. Of course, Macquarie on
is that
top.
a chip? It's away. He's got up to the halfway line, but he's met by Mick Campton. I'm guessing he's there to defend that tackle because he was a chip and chase. So Richardson, now we've got a bit of momentum for West. Newcastle hands it off to Petro. Petro's met by Central. Thank you. Pete just handed me the team list for West. And now who's got the ball? Okay, we've got Knight at dummy half, gives it to Joel Brown. Got one around the back, that's Cullen Richardson, met by Mitchell Cullen. The play was diffused quite well. I don't think that was executed as well as it could have been. Settler taking it to the middle of the ground. A good run from Jake Finn. He's been placed on. I think he might have got a bit of discretion because he did manage to get Jake Finn to his back. We have a contest of the ball, a nice little backwards, but Simon Williams could not get a grasp to it. It does manage to knock on, so the ball will be brought in 10 metres for a play the ball to Kurri. Kurri got out of jail there, Pete.
They did. They're not going to let this go. Games, we know that. We've seen 5 on the trot with higher scores from them in the second half over the last month or so. So Wests, they'll need to be on their A game if they're going to continue to lead at this margin. That line they're trying to get outside of. They're throwing it around at will. That's Wyborn.
Nice little ball to Ethan Niscott. Niscott's got some space. He's away. He's got the fullback to beat Richardson. He goes to the winger. He beats the winger. But we've got some covering tackle. Gives it to Ryan Walker. Ryan Walker's down. We've got a 2-on-1. Spills it. And the Kurri winger will score. It's not Josh Griffiths. It's the other winger.
Joel Harrison.
Joel Harrison.
What a try. We just spoke about they can come back, and they just did.
From Kurri.
Two guys is that they're not just interested.
And
that's, you know, a lot of teams in this competition, probably not inside the 5, but outside the 5, they get the tries inside the 20, but not the length of the field. But Kurri and West, pretty much both sides that we're watching today, are absolute specials from getting it from anywhere on the park. And we're about to roll this from probably back up over the halfway line. We probably roll it from 30 metres out from the Kurri goal line.
A technician.
He's
just been rewinding for the last 5 minutes.
Oh, he's got.
There's the pass on the inside. A nice little hold up from. But he's got some support runners, Ethan, but he's just faster than everyone else. He finally manages to get a nice ball to Ryan Walker.
Putting your man, isn't it? Never letting your man down.
This guy did well to actually because it was a long pass backwards.
So Cameron Moran here to convert the try. 10 to the left-hand side of the post, northern end. He's got it. Is that the start of their comeback?
I think the kicking gene for the Moran family runs in the family because we saw at the Australia versus New Zealand test match, Cameron's older sister Caitlin nailed one from the sideline for the Aussie Gillaroos.
They're going okay in 2016. The Gillaroos, they're going, of course.
You may as well advertise it as this World Cup has been held in Queensland rather than Australia.
Well, we're taking a few games. Where are they taking it over to Perth?
Yeah, that's a good thing. I will give him that. It's good to have a game over in Perth.
But when
Perth's
you've got a
nice
32,000 newish stadium here in the Hunter.
Oh, it's only 5 years old, so I'd still call it new.
Why would? And it's going to take another 10 years before we get the World Cup back here in Australia again.
And you're guaranteed if you have a World Cup game in Newcastle that it will be packed out.
Yeah, it's like these, you know, the GP they're trying to get here. That'd be a good concept.
Well, West have got some good field position here, so we've got Jade Porter with the ball. He did try a little show and go there, but he was met with the Kurri defence. So we've got Jake Finn giving off to the number 15 is Mark Farrer. Just brings it to the middle here. So West set their play up. We've got Knight, gives it to Tafua. We've got a wrap around, gives it to Joel Brown. Joel Brown throws a short ball, and we have a try to Peter Mannion. Well set play there. You can tell the difference between a West try and a Kurri try. Kurri tries a bit of razzle-dazzle. West comes straight off the structure.
Oh, Tom Taylor, you are on fire. This is your first play-by-play call, and you're having an absolute perler.
Thanks, Pete. I do my best.
You listen to me and Morgan?
Yeah, all the time. All the time. Get a good laugh out of the both of you.
Tell you now, we'll be listening to you from this point on, mate. Brilliant stuff. Just like that try to Western Suburbs. Peter Mannion in his 10th year at Western Suburbs. He's played in many grand finals here at the club. Came across, if I understand, from the Riverina area 10 years ago and hasn't looked back since he's been here at the club. He's a new father in the last month or so as well. We're off. No, we're not. We're on. Some might say I've been off for years, but we're on, Tom.
Well, you're off today.
Or was I up to the father figure?
A bit crook today, so you might be a little bit off.
Yeah, but he's he's a proud new dad as well. He's 5 months old. No, 5 weeks old, I should say. As Porter, he'll look to throw this over from right in front of the Tui's padding here.
A few kickers for West today. I think we've had... Hasn't been just Porter. It's been, I think, Sam Keenan kicked the first one.
They're throwing it around, aren't they? Sharing the love, sharing the ball, sharing the duties, and sharing the goal kicking.
Just trying to keep everyone happy. Everyone wants to kick a goal at West, so fair is fair. We'll just take it in turns. Kick till you miss.
So 34-16. We've got Bob in the box with us as well here today. He's come down from his own commentary digs up in Kurri, as he always does, travels with the side wherever they go. Pretty much like everybody in the competition who is the timekeepers or associated with the clubs. They travel to the away games and sit up with the respective timekeepers. So that's Ty.
He's looking dangerous out of dummy half when the markers aren't square. I'll tell you now.
We had him on Bar TV Sports a few weeks ago. Very nice chat.
Well
well spoken. That might bring a penalty, Tom.
Yeah, that's a weird penalty. I think Willis Adatini was put in a dangerous position there. McCampton just
so the
just stepping over the line a little bit. But you're right, Brad Ty, I've reffed him a couple of times, and he's always seems to be in a good mood, Brad Ty. His favourite saying is, "Hey, bruz." We've got the referee just having a chat to the guilty player from Kurri, just seen off screen about the dangerous tackle. So we'll have a penalty. Touch judge Louis Matheson holding the mark for JT.
Yeah, well, Keenan's off. I've just got the word from the officials up here in the box.
Do you know if that was a tactical change or is he holding an injury?
He's injured. He's down on the sideline, so he won't more than likely be back. We believe it could be a leg injury. We'll keep an eye on him.
Okay.
Hope it's not bad news for Western Suburbs.
Maybe in a few minutes we'll cross to our medical staff in Bar TV.
Yeah, we'll Google it.
Dr. Google. Can't go wrong there. We've got Tafua here taking the line on. Centre field. I think if he had busted those tackles, he would have went straight into the goalpost padding. As we've got Porter. Porter goes back to the inside again. Just keeping his options open, playing with the defensive mind. Oh, another big hole. Joel Brown has put the number 6. Is that Mark Farah? I think that might be Mark Farah, number 15. Joel Brown has just put Mark Farah through the biggest hole, and he's just gone straight through him like a bad kebab.
Mate, a few people up here have said it could be a shepherd. You didn't see it that way?
Well, not at live. I didn't notice anything that stuck out to me as shepherd, but we'll have a look on the replay. I'll give you a second opinion. We won't have a look at it on the replay, so we'll just imagine it in our heads again. Yeah, our replay is on strike at the moment. Just we had a bit of contract issues. The replay seems to think he deserves more money, so he's not going to...
I might have gave him the flu.
Oh, I got a fiver here if you want the... Still got the fiver.
That'll pay for the aspirins. So that's the equation on the screen now. 38-12. Oh, excuse me. If anybody's got any advice for green and yellow phlegm, send them my way. I really appreciate it. How do you usually tackle phlegm issues, Tom?
Oh. I try to just get rid of it. I just cough it up. Yeah, that gives you probably 15 minutes of relief maybe before it comes back again. But
is that why this bucket's here?
Yeah, that's why the bucket's there.
As we see Kurri Bulldogs here just regrouping behind their in-goal area.
We've got Corey Holman getting into... I think he might have a bit of a gash on his top of his head.
A bit of claret there, as
his mascara's
mentioned. Yeah,
mascara's fading a little bit, so we're just getting a touch up.
He's obviously not using MAC. The favourite choice for photojournalists, MAC, of course. Now here is Porter. The easiest kick of the afternoon.
He's
here.
Had plenty of time to line this one up. I think he would have preferred a kick like this 2 weeks ago at Souths when he was kicking to win the match.
I say he would, mate. Look at this. Ben Edwards is looking to come back onto the field as well, off the bench for the Doggies. He'll be injected ASAP from Phil Williams. So it's 38-16. whilst there's life, there's hope.
Be interesting to see where Ben Edwards actually plays, because I've refereed him when I used to be in reserve grade. He was a consistent reserve grader, and he'd play a lot of times at fullback or in the halves, centre. He's played a lot there, but it looks like he's replacing Corey Holman, so he might go to dummy half.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a lot of him at dummy half, so we'll see how he goes, but he's a tough defender. And, yeah.
So it looks like, you know, there are no excuses. Phil Williams, he wouldn't be one to, you know, riddle it with excuses. But there's no Terence CU today, and you've got to say, without Terence, looks a little bit scratchy around dummy half. I mean, Terence gives you that opportunity to sparkle, doesn't he? And, you know, it's like Chris Adams, you know, outside of Lakes. It took them a while to get going without him.
Terence is just, he's very vocal on the field.
Well, he's in another class of his own, isn't he, Tommy?
Yeah, he's always directing his players around, and everyone is, I think, is accustomed to playing from what Terrence's structure is. And Mitch Cullen isn't the most talkative half in the association. Then Hayden Grange is just a pretty young player who's just still coming through the ranks, so he might be a bit hesitant to start directing players around. So maybe just Terence just brings that direction to Kurri.
I mean, Nick Howe was named in the program in 4, but they lost nothing there today with Ryan Walker, a brilliant replacement if you ever had to use a replacement.
I'm sure they would have liked to use Brian Walker in the halves, but I doubt that he would have been training with Kurri through the season, being with the New South Wales Cup.
So what is the latest with Cade Hardy? He didn't train at Kurri on Thursday night. What do we know about his injury?
I think he's got a fracture in his little toe or something. Or
so what's
that? Something minor. Something minor that he could have played being a bit of a girl. Now he's got Cade Hardy's got some rib cartilage damage.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, it's incredibly painful trying to play with rib cartilage damage. A lot of times you can barely even run.
So no dancing at King Street for Cade Hardy over the next few weeks.
He tells me he did that injury at footy, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone may have bumped him in an awkward way at Kingers.
No doubt his wingman on that night would have been Hayden Granger.
Yeah, definitely.
And back to Robert Street, Wickham after that. That's the story, isn't it?
Yeah, home by 4 a.m.
With a Facebook message, can somebody come and pick us up?
Yeah, and I think Ethan Niscott was with him at the time too.
Oh, that's trouble.
Nice
trifecta of good trouble. So Richardson's sending it away.
Yeah, Alatini's got a bit of space, but a good line of defence there from Kurri. So West are they're walking, but they're not dawdling back to get onside. So they've still got a bit of spark in them. I'm expecting they might score another one, maybe 2 tries. We've got Tafua, who's back on the field. Taking a nice hit up. Just put on his back, though, by the number 12 from Kurri. He has Knight out of dummy half. Gives it to Farah, the last try scorer, who's met by Brock Gilmore. Manages to get the offload away. Unfortunately, Knight spills it backwards, so we do have play on. Here's Joel Brown. We've got numbers here on the right-hand side. Decides not to use it, though, Peter Mannion. Just thought he'd play it safe. So we've got Richardson here. This time it's used. Simon Williams has got space. He's got, a nice little pass backing up on the inside. We've got Ryan Lamb. And Ryan Lamb will make it easier for Jade Porter for the next conversion by taking it and scoring right under the post, Peter Jolly.
Oh, Tom Taylor, they needed this win today. They needed it. Been a patchy mid-season, up and down form.
This will be good for their attitude.
I was going to say, great attitude booster. That is for sure for Western Suburbs as they roll. And of course, next week we have the bye, don't we? If my draw is correct.
Do we?
Do we have any games next week? I don't think we do. I think we're all off to the beach.
Oh, weekend off.
Yes.
Damn, no commentary. Why couldn't you get the flu then?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So,
yeah. It's definitely the bye. I think we've got to buy somewhere. It might be next week.
The draw's on the front page. What day is it, Tom?
It's Sunday, Pete.
Okay. Is it the 31st of July?
Yeah, it is.
All right, then. No, we have a bye next week.
Okay.
We don't come back until the 16th and the 17th.
16th? Is that 2 weeks off? That'd be 2 weeks off.
Sorry, what am I? No, August.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we come back on the 13th. So we're off next week. Yeah. It's a spare round.
Yeah, okay.
No matches.
I think might be a bit of catch-up for some juniors and maybe a bit of second division footy.
Yeah, so the spare weekend is August the 6th and the 7th.
Okay.
And then we come back for round 15. So we've only got two more rounds, you know, Tom, before we have the final series. You getting excited for finals?
Well, yeah, in the weeks coming, it's going to be, if West do win this game, it's going to be a big fight between Kurri and Cessnock for that 5th spot.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, did Kurri and Cessnock play each other again?
Yes.
They do.
Kurri and Cessnock play in round 16 up at Cessnock, I think.
That could be
that
battle
could be
for
the
5th.
battle for 5th, yes.
So I'd be jotting that down as match of the round if I was the people that do that. I don't know who they are. But that would be an excellent game because it was very, very close. Cessnock managed to grab the win in the dying seconds last time Kurri Cessnock met.
And, of course, Macquarie host Lakes as well, so you'd have to say that could be the match of the round for our next round. Western Suburbs will host Cessnock, Kurri will host Central, and Maitland will host South.
Is that next round?
That's the next round,
So-
round 15, after next week.
Macquarie Lakes round 13 and 15.
Yeah.
Wow.
Macquarie got it, what was it, 26-24 in round 13.
Yeah, they got up by 2. I think you might be right.
So they might meet a few times.
Yeah, so we had a draw, a win by 2, and Jake Finn has broken the line, but he throws it straight to Ben Edwards, who has been fouled somehow. I think he might have copped one in the face when he was on the ground. Knowing Ben Edwards, I think he might have been calling for that ball. And I think he might have tricked Jake Finn a little bit.
The trickster is he. Okay. Every side's got a trickster. We think we've found him. So
well, normally it's Terence Siusiu that does a few things like that. But yeah, I'd say Ben Edwards has been hit high on the ground. So Mitch Cullen will kick for the sideline on the commentary sideline.
So Mr. Tom Taylor, if you were writing Mr. John Taylor's report today, fair game? I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, majority is fair game. I did only think apart from that shoulder charge that I thought could have been a penalty in the first half. Yeah, I haven't seen anything that's stood out to me. I think it's been quite a fair game.
So we'll give him 8.5 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He's passed. Flying colours. That's Granger.
I haven't really been paying attention to him, actually. Who's that? Is that Brock Gilmore making a run? Yeah, we've got Brock Gilmore making a run. So good.
Teak, isn't
Kurri they haven't had a lot of decent field position in this whole game.
No.
Yes. I'd like to get, if we had a statsman up here, that'd be handy, but so we've got Granger.
Kicking.
It's been charged down, but Jermaine Ale, who's just entered the field, has retrieved the ball. So that's, Kurri didn't look flash then, but so West managed to defuse that situation and got themselves on the return fire with Simon Williams. Oh, very slow ruck there. I think we've got the benefit of the doubt there from the whistleblower, John Taylor. Ryan Lamb taking it out wide. A loose ball here. We've got Kurri pouncing on it. But we'll pack down a scrum. So I think there might have been a little double knock on there. So first one from West. So Kurri will get the ball and have another go at this goal line attack.
I'm just looking around. Keenan, where is he now? Is he still on the bench? No.
Unless that's, I think he's there. He's wearing a jumper on. Is that him in the brown jumper?
Yes. He's in the maroon jumper down here on the touchline. Of course, Keenan is the leading point scorer, according to the program here.
Really?
For Western Suburbs.
Oh, for West. Okay.
For West, yes. Willie Hedder is the leading point scorer overall. Below him is Mendyke, Vivali, Eli, Murray and Cade Hardy. So Keenan has been a good asset this year for Western Suburbs. Banged home more than 30 goals. Picked up a couple of tries. There's 6. That's Cullen.
Oh, I think we...
well, he was trying to find Gilmore.
This could be play on. I think this is going to be a weird one, this one. So I think we're going to play on here, but I thought there was an original Kurri knock on into a West player.
They better watch out, Tom.
I think the smart option here will just to be playing on and have a scrum feed to West Newcastle. So going back, I think we had a knock-on from Kurri, which was then towed through by West. So that's, when you think about it, taking the advantage. And then there's a bit of a soccer game there. FIFA World Cup at Harker Oval. And then, Cameron Moran was just getting driven into the touch. So he tried a desperation pass that ended up going out. So
it's a big month of sport coming up, not just with the finals football. We've got the Olympics coming up in Rio.
Got a favourite event at the Olympics, Pete?
Favourite event?
Yeah, something you look forward to every 4 years? Oh, surely got to have something.
Something? Maybe a bit of...
croquet?
Croquet. Discus.
Discus.
Trampolining.
Oh, I couldn't think of anything worse, actually.
Yeah, it'd be a big month of sport.
Oh, I don't mind watching the 4x100 metre running relay.
Yeah, that's up there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of my favourites.
And the swimming, of course. We've got the most, I guess, prominent swimming side going over to Rio in a good 10 years. I mean, it's a lot more stronger than what we had at the Olympics in London.
Yeah, London, I believe I was told we only won 1 gold medal in the swimming.
It was pretty dismal, wasn't it? But
especially when Australia's always been known to be a dominant force.
So we can't win gold in the pool this year round.
Have we got anyone else that you know of that... Anyone in the track and field off the top of your head?
Well, I wish Kathy was around still 16 years later. How good was she?
Hopefully she's doing a bit of coaching.
She might be coaching them. But
I think we've got a men's relay team in. A men's... Maybe. Maybe not.
Time will tell. Stay tuned to that. We'll report back in a few weeks' time, Tommy.
Okay, we will do that. As Mark Tafua takes the ball forward. Ball and all tackle by Ryan Walker, who's about Mark Tafua's size. There's Simon Williams, a little in and away that has been proven very effective for him, but he's wrapped up. Oh, this could be a penalty here. There, the ball was ripped out there. Bit of a desperation rip from Mitch Cullen. Late in the game, that usually happens. Just to see if you can get away with it. Nothing to lose. And we've got Joel Brown giving it to Mark Tafua, taking it towards the middle of the field again. Nice play the ball. Chris Knight gives it to Brown again, turns it on the inside of Jermaine Ale. Jermaine Ale looks to be playing in the second row. Oh, we got an offload, so the held call had not been, so an offload was permissible. Unfortunately, Chris Knight may have not been watching and it hit him. We may have had a Falcon. We don't know.
The good old Falcon. What a revelation that's been for rugby league. What a revelation it's been to the Oxford Dictionary. Hey?
Yes.
How good is it, mate?
Falcon.
Mate,
I wonder who named, you got hit in the head, Falcon. Who put 2 and 2 together there?
Well, Fat Man, I think it was, mate. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting stat. You know, you just touched on the men's athletes who are heading over to Rio. But somewhere I read throughout the week, there's more female Australian athletes than male heading to Rio this year, Tom. So good on them. I think there's over 212 women and only about 200 men. So what's that? That's making it, maths? I
know they have...
The equation's like 50.6%, isn't it?
Don't talk about equations now. But yeah, you're right. I think they've set the bar pretty high with qualifying times and distances and everything. So it's making it very difficult to get into the Australian squad. It's not a matter of case of finishing first or second in your event.
But, mate, the thing is, it's just women's sport in general. I mean, it's just taking off. And female athletes, you know, they're more recognisable in the last couple of years. And it's growing really well and good on them. You know, they're getting involved and having a go.
The audience really love watching female athletes as well.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you know, I think there's a stat somewhere in the world, you know, going back, I think it was 100 years ago, it was only made up of 22 of 990 odd athletes that competed in like tennis, golf and sailing. So, you know, and the hockey roos as well, really I love that. I love watching the hockey roos. Jodie Kenny, she goes well. She can bang it from anywhere on the court. And
just a man of knowledge you are today, Pete.
Oh, mate. August the 5th, that's when the Olympics start. Can't wait for that.
Don't know where you're getting this knowledge from.
Oh, you never know where I pluck my information from. Somewhere.
Get your iPhones at your nearest Apple store.
Man's best friend. Just like this at the moment.
Are you a Pokemon Go fan, Pete? Or are you a...
the Pokemon?
Yeah.
some great photos on Facebook where Pokemon has ended up, Tommy.
Oh, yeah. I found one at Macquarie yesterday on the field.
Have you been out in the streets of Macquarie looking for Pokey?
No, not Macquarie. I was out in Beaumont Street last night catching a few.
Yeah?
Yeah, mate.
Where did they end up?
On my phone. I was having dinner at, I can't pronounce it. It's next to Cold Rock. It's some German name, Das.
Oh, the Das Huhn House.
Yeah, very good food there, actually.
They are.
Yeah.
Mate, that's a nice segue. You know why?
Yeah.
That company is our man of the match this afternoon.
Really?
And it's up to you, Mr. Taylor, to come up with our Dus Hund House man of the match.
Well, I got 8 minutes to start paying attention. But
as they spin it out here.
I do have a couple of people in my head that have stood out as been playing very good today, so I'm surely I'll be able to do that.
That's Walker. In to replace Nick Howe. Good replacement to have, but the cards haven't fallen the way that Kurri would have expected coming here to Harker Oval. That's Gilmore.
Chris Knight just raced out of the defensive line there to put a big shot on Brock Gilmore.
He's not happy there, Brock.
Well, I wouldn't be happy either if I got tackled by someone half my size.
Heathcott, I think you'll find, was shouldered. Penalty given, sufficient.
So we've got a penalty to Kurri.
Yeah, well, they shoulder charged him out of the way, I think.
The only thing, Pete, is Ben Edwards managed to get the ball, unless he's seen a little error from Kurri leading up to this.
Okay.
That's the only reason I can't think it would have been play on. Ben Edwards may have well got his first grade try. But
to no avail.
To no avail.
He'll have another crack in a fortnight.
He's got 6 minutes to
get it.
Yeah, he does, yeah. So we got Wyborn, looks like he's playing dummy half.
Mm-hmm.
So that is Brock Gilmore.
Within what, 4 metres?
Brock Gilmore, I don't think he's had much of a spell today. He's played a lot of minutes. Wyborn gives it to Cullen. Cullen shows it. Little short ball trying to mimic what Joel Brown and Jade Porter have done. But I think it was well read by West.
Well,
and, we've got a bit of laying down there in the ruck, very slow ruck.
So Granger here giving it away. Can they go back to Kurri with a late try? That's Jaden Young.
We've got a player down. Might be Jake Finn. I only know that because of the orange boots.
Yeah, there they are. They stand out from Mars. There he is there. So Keenan's still on the bench, as we mentioned there. He won't be back. Luckily for Western Suburbs, they've got a week to get over their niggling injuries. Of course, it's the spare bye next week. So they'll come back in a few weeks' time. Tommy?
If Sam Keenan was to come back, he'd have to quickly go get changed out of his Nike free runners.
Yeah.
And put his boots on. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say he's not coming back.
So the Rosellas will clash with the Cessnock Goannas when they come back here on Sunday the 14th of August at 3 o'clock.
2014 grand final rematch?
Could work, yes. Western Cessnock, 2014, their last grand final at the #1 sports ground. We might throw in there as well.
Yeah, Cess and Westnock.
It was one of the last traditional grand finals we've had at the place.
Let's see if Kurri can go home with the final try.
They're building, aren't they?
They've gone a little sneaky kick for... keep saying Josh Griffiths, but it's the wrong winger.
Harrison was coming through, and just all the experience there from that man on the screen there, Richardson. And of course, Richardson, country representative player, featured in the this year's 2016 representative side to bring home the trophy over Illawarra the first time. Newcastle were able to do that since 2012. That match, of course, was on Bar TV. We were at Camden for that match. And it's all happening in local rugby league, of course. And, of course, if you're tuning in from the Illawarra, you can watch every match in the Illawarra Rugby League Coal competition right here on Bar TV Sports as well. And the grand final will be at Wynn Stadium. I think it's around the 16th or the 17th. It clashes with our final, whenever that is. So I think that's around the 10th. Sorry, it's the 10th and the 11th. So it's the weekend of the 11th, the Illawarra Coal Rugby League grand final. And
that could be prelims, Pete.
Yeah.
It might not clash after all.
May not. So... see how that unfolds, but that'll be live.
Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me at all.
And we're still trying to figure out if the Newcastle Rugby League will be exactly how it went last year on the delayed stream, or this year, if it will go live. But watch that space for that information leading into the grand final.
Oh, a nice little short side play here. Switch underneath. Unfortunately, the man Mitch Cullen wanted to pass the ball to came around the back at the last minute. So I think they just weren't expecting what each other was doing. We've got time off again. Had time off a fair bit in this game. So the scoreboard on the screen says 39:48, but that's real time. That's how many minutes has been since second half was blown. But we have had a little bit of time off, so we've got about 4 minutes to go.
So Kurri will go home and tackle the Central Newcastle side on home soil for their second last clash of the competition, and then they're away for their final match with Cessnock, which will be the end of the rounds of competition. Can they sneak into the top 5? Will they be in the top 5? Time will tell, but Western Suburbs, they're inching closer to the top of the ladder.
He's got another desperation strip here. Down by 30. May as well give it a go, because you never know. The officials might not see it. You might get the chocolates, so may as well go for it.
Chance your luck. Have a try.
Games like this, you always have the strip penalties at the end. It's just what happens.
Yeah. So what have we got left? We've got inside 3 minutes on Sunday afternoon football. So our first try scorer of the match, if you're with topbetter.com.au, or if anyone is listening back at Bar TV Sports headquarters, because my battery is flat, it was Cullen in 6. The halftime score, we'll read that out for everybody shortly as well. But the final score, can it be 46 points to 16? A little bit of niggle here in the tackle.
We've got time off. So we're going to have a little bit of a talking to, which is unusual. I know referee Taylor doesn't like to do this very much with such little time left on the clock. He's put him in the bin. So obviously there's something that we've missed. He's gave the referee or the official or someone a spray, or he's been penalised repetitively on the trot, or who is that going to the bin? Turn around, mate, so I can see your number. Well, he's just a Kurri player for now. So Kurri will play the final 2 minutes down a man. So it'd be good for their confidence if they can not let any tries here, especially in this set, as Knight goes from dummy half to Joel Brown, who's played the majority of the game after starting off the bench. Turns it inside as Simon Williams is away. Simon Williams goes for under the post. Oh, he's just swerved around Ethan Niscott there and just buckled the young fullback's legs and just goes straight under the post.
Oh, nice way to end it. We spoke about a margin of 46 to 16, but we could add a few more on top of that.
Majority of the West fans sit down in that end of the field as well, so they'll be nice and happy to see a try right in the last minutes.
Right, they've cracked the half century, and looks like they'll add an extra 2 on top of that for that man on screen, Jade Porter.
Very.
Here's the replay.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a replays back. We've settled in an agreement. Here we have Joel Brown. Jermaine Ale with the wraparound play to Richardson. And another unders play to Simon Williams. Just opened the gap up and caught Ethan Niscott wrong-footed. So I think he might have been untouched going under there.
Yeah, and he's scored that try in front of his family and friends down there on the old scoreboard end of the field.
Jade Porter's just got an impeccable haircut. For the 79th minute of the game, you'd think it'd be a little bit messed up, but...
Hey, if that's the style in 2016, get on it. Hey? Look at him. Loves it.
And then there's Ethan Niscott's haircut as well, and Mick Campton's haircut.
So the final score here, Western Suburbs 52. Yeah. So there's the final shake of hands here on our live stream for Sunday afternoon football. The final score, Tommy, Western Suburbs 52, Kurri 16.
Do you have a man of the match, Pete?
Mate, there's a few out there for Western Suburbs, but who are you leaning towards?
Well, I like Warren Shillings. I thought he had a very good game. He busted the line a few times. Jake Finn was very good, but...
Chris Knight, crafty.
Knight, yeah, so we had a lot of good players from Western, but the standout for Kurri had to be Ethan Niscott.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Maybe give it to the little hooker? Or
Yeah, I think.
Who's going to have the pint and the hamburger?
Oh, I'm going to give it to Chris Knight. That try that he scored was at a very crucial time.
Yeah.
It was at a time when if Kurri had scored the next try, it would have put them right back in the game.
Yeah.
But that little try, just put him to sleep a little bit.
Right, you can recommend the old Dus House, hey? It goes down nicely. The pints and the hamburgers. You've been there, you've done that yourself.
With their group of people and the pork belly,
oh.
It's huge. It is huge. I had the barramundi and that was very good value for $21.
So get on it, hey?
Get on it.
Get on it. Get it in you.
And then Cold Rock's next door. So
wash it down. With
and there's a lot of Pokemon there.
Oh.
So it's
what do you
a win-win.
Yeah, that's Saturday night for Tom Taylor.
Catching Pokemon, eating ice cream.
Good stuff, Tom. Well, just going through the scores here today. Cullen for Kurri was our first try scorer. At half-time, Western Suburbs won by 22 points to 6. And at full-time, it was Western Suburbs 52 over the opposition 12. Well, Tom, mate, you've saved the day today. Really appreciate it. And, mate, there's a future in calling for you, and I think we'll sign you up because, you know, that was just brilliant stuff.
Appreciate
really
it,
was,
mate. You go have a nice long sleep tonight and get yourself feeling a little bit better for the week.
I'll see you on grand final day, mate.
I hope so. I should be available. Don't think I'll be reffing it.
What are you up to Tuesday and Wednesday night?
Tuesday.
Training.
Tuesday's training. Wednesday.
Bit of practice. What do you do? Throw the ball around on a Wednesday night? You just practice yourself?
Tuesday. Well, for refs training.
Yeah. We get the Pokemon out and chase the ball.
That's pre-training. Pre-training Pokemon hunt. But we got... we do a lot of fitness.
Yeah.
So just keeping the fitness up, and then we might run a few drills where just a scenario where someone's putting in a downfield kick and we've got to keep our eyes on the kicker to make sure he's not hit late.
Yeah, good stuff.
Just stuff like that. We've got a referees mini Olympics coming up.
Yeah. Where's that?
So we all get broken into 4 teams.
Yep.
And there's a list of activities to do. So as a team, we've got to complete these activities, and we get scored. So first place gets 1 point and stuff like that, and we get a trophy for the winning team.
Oh, good stuff.
I might add that the winning team for 2015 was Team Taylor.
There you go, of course. There's no denying that. Team Taylor is on fire, not just as the referee, but on the commentary box as well. So, mate, we'll wrap it up here. The stream's running out, but full-time, 52 points to 16 in favour of the Western Suburbs Rosellas. On behalf of everybody here, our cameramen, our producers, our technical directors, our runners, and the floor manager, Clay, we wish you a very good night, and we'll be back in a fortnight when Lakes tackle Macquarie. Until then, goodbye for now. Sound like an old